Welcome back to Transport Fever. We're back in the big build, using Sandbox mode. So what we're actually going to do today is do a new town. Alright, technically it's going to be two towns, but they are sort of going to be joined together. So this is just going to be outside of Liverpool. And what I've seen other YouTubers do, or I can't remember who it was, unfortunately, but they kind of built a city, or had a town city, just kind of at the bottom of some mountains, and just by a river. So as we already have a river in our big build world, I thought I'd put a town just by it. So my idea was to have a town just by the river, and then over the river have a bridge, so it goes, so the town's kind of split in two. Now I did try and make the town build itself over the river, but that didn't really work, and I think you'll probably see me do that in a bit. So the first thing I've got to do is obviously actually build the mountain, or make the mountain. Now I have actually got a new mod. I think I've said in a previous episode that the mod into the terrain tools even weren't strong enough, and I had a quick look on the store, and there is a mod to make the tools twice as strong, and it also gives you a couple of different style of brushes. So it does mean that I've been able to make the mountain a lot quicker than I did the other mountain. If you've not seen the other mountain that we've got in Big Build, click on the little pop-out banner that's just popped up. So we're going to have a mountain, or mountain range, either side of the river here. Now I may have not quite made it high enough. So what I probably will do at some point is come back and just make that side of the mountain a little bit higher, and maybe make it a little bit mountainous around it as well. So you can just see there Liverpool, just there. So what the city's actually going to do, I keep calling it a city, it's not going to be a city, it's going to be quite small. In fact, I did choose the tiny town, or the tiny city, which when I actually placed it, there's not actually that much difference between the tiny one and the small one. So as you can see now, we're just going to do the mountain on the other side of the river. The river was actually a little bit wider than I thought, so when I come to do the bridge in a second, it did have to be a little bit longer than I thought it was going to have to be. So we're just going to raise all this up, and because we're right at the edge of the map here, it didn't really give me enough room to do what I actually wanted to do. Probably should have changed it a little bit, but I think it ends up looking pretty good at the end. What I probably will do at some point is add a dock in as well, so I can pull, or I can take a boat from this little town and maybe take it down river somewhere. I think there is another town or city on the river somewhere, so I can go down to there. Maybe use the paddle steamer type one or something like that. I think that'll look pretty good. So I do find that if you just make the mountain as big as you want it to be, it might not look pretty to begin with, but then when you put the smooth brush over it, it does smooth it out quite nicely. Just I maybe have to go over it a few times. So we're almost done with the transforming of the ground. So now I'm just going to add the cities in. So as you can see, that is the smallest one. I tried to add it again on the other side, but it added, Well, it ended up being a complete mess. I didn't realise you could delete the cities either, which is quite useful. So I move it down to tiny, and as you'll see, not really that much different. So at the minute they're called two different things. What I'm going to do, as you can see here, is actually change the names so where they match. So we've now got North Shield and South Shield. So the place is going to be called the Whole Shield. And what I wanted is the most traditional bridge that I could. Because this is going to be only a little town, didn't feel like they were going to have a huge, massive, expensive bridge. So I just added the cheapest bridge in. It's also the slowest as well, but that's okay. What I did want is a road that goes down just to here, down by the river. So hopefully at some point the city will grow and we'll be able to have things like that pop up down there. That'll look pretty good. What I think I will do, the dock, on the other side of the bridge there's actually a bit of a gap. So I think over at the South Shield side, just before the bridge. So thank you for everyone who's made suggestions in the comments of ways I can make things a bit better. Someone did suggest to me to use the roundabout tool. I'm not quite sure why, I've never actually used it. I kind of always forget about it. It does make life much easier using it, and it is proper round. So there we go. So this road is going to extend out and connect up to Liverpool. For now it's just going to be that road. I may come back at some point and put a bigger road in, but for now it's going to just stay like that. Probably didn't need a roundabout there either, but that's okay. So the station is going to go, the train station is going to go in that bit there. Now I have downloaded a new mod for a station, and it actually looks pretty cool. I think it's probably supposed to be one of the German stations, but I'm pretty sure we have stations like that in England as well, or in the UK. The only slight problem was it isn't a terminus station, so it does have some whatever you call them, buffers I think it is. Sure, a train expert will be able to tell me. It's got quite a few options on here, as you can see, and the mod does come with quite a few extra pieces that you can add to the add to the station. I will put a link in the description to the mod if anyone else is interested in using it in their build. So as you can see there, it has got a lot of options that you can add. So what I may do at some point is, one of the other cities that I've got is use this station and use all the various bits that it comes with it. So I was going to put 2 tracks down here, but I changed my mind a bit later on. So there is, just going down past the mountains and stuff, just 1 track. And as you get round the corner, I split it into 2. So this is going to connect up to Liverpool Station. Didn't actually realise that it was as steep as it was around there, so I did have to kind of come at it a different way. So Liverpool Station has been expanded as well, so it has now got another track, as you can see. So just going to go around the kind of outskirts of Liverpool. That little area probably does need tidying up a little bit, so we'll come back at some point and do that. That just joined up nice there. So as you can see here, so this bit is going to be, or this part of it is going to be double tracked. As you get further round, so just here we'll turn it into one track. So it will mean the trains, we can have multiple trains on it still. I think it will still pretty well, because we're probably only ever going to have one train on it anyway, to be honest. So maybe two at some point. Just come back and smooth all that nicely, and that bit can go. So what we're going to finish off by doing is just making this area look a little bit nicer. So the grass always needs cutting, so it does look much better once you've cut the grass and added a few other bits and pieces on. I haven't quite worked out yet how to make, or what I should do around the edge of the tracks to make it look nice. So if you've got any tips, please leave them in the comments below. Or if you've got any videos of where people have made the tracks actually look quite nice. There was one person that I saw who seemed to have a different track, and it actually looked a bit nicer. I've not found that mod that he was using. So, I think my favourite mod has got to be the fence mod. It's amazing. Just finishes the little areas off. So I have actually got quite a few mods now, so at some point I will make a video just showing off the mods that I'm using. What I do have to do here as well, that road that we've got there is the smallest road that you can get. Probably does need to be a bit bigger. And of course we need some more trees. I do wish the trees were a little bit better in this, so I end up using just two the same. So that one, a birch tree I think it is, and it's some sort of, there's a European something or other, I can't remember what it's called, and a Korean tree. They're the only two I ever end up using. Probably do need a few more trees. So just add the line in. So I actually get the train from the station near Needham Market, which is actually quite a long way away. I didn't think it was actually going to work, but it does. So the train actually comes all the way from Needham Market to Liverpool, swaps over to the track it needs to be on, and then carries on going. I do find as well, if you turn off all them overlays that I just turned off then, the performance of the game is actually a little bit better, especially when you've got a lot of trucks and stations and all the rest of it. So by turning all that off, the game does run a bit smoother. So that's the train that I've selected. And that is going to make its way all the way over. And that's this week's episode. Slightly shorter this week, but I hope everyone enjoyed it. Don't forget to give the video a like, and if you want more Transport Fever, hit that subscribe button. and click the notification bell to receive a notification every time I release a video, and I'll see you next time.